Well, blessings, everybody. This is Dale. Thank you so much for joining with me on the Word Podcast. Yes, it's true. I have been gone for about a week now and had not anticipated. You can tell how my voice sounds. You are the very first attempt at a normal life. You are the first people that I'm talking to coming out of this. Guess I had what they called bronchitis. You know, I'm never quite sure of these titles. I'm not a doctor, though I got a brother who plays one. And so, anyway, it was sort of a strange thing all the way around. And I just looked out the window. Y'all know how I am with the window. And I thought, yeah, that's it right there. Two things that happened. I fired up the computer. There were 3 or 4 days in a row I didn't even look on the computer. And y'all know I'm not like that. And I fired up the computer and had a note from my dear friend Gene. And he says, hey, man, he's like the major supporter of this podcast. And he said, are you okay? You know, I hope you're traveling. I hope you're doing something. But I miss it. And I said, that's great, man, because I'm opening up the computer to see if I can actually talk right now, do some things. So I'm reading this thing from Gene, responding to him real quick. And I looked up and I see my buddy the turtle. Got a turtle in the front yard right here, which appears from time to time. And I thought, okay, that's it. God, I'm going to have to be like that turtle. You just get up, you just go at the pace you can go. Well, man, I'm a little concerned. I was thinking that a while ago because that thing has just gone full circle in the last 5 or 10 minutes. What he will normally do, you know how turtles are, but when they move, they can move quickly, you know. Well, this one just moving at a pace. And he just paced all the way one end of the yard over here, and he just circled all the way around, it's going back down the other end. I think there's a picture for all of us there. What do you think? So, I do thank you for your patience. Do be praying because today is, April the 18th. Good Friday. Don't get me started on that. I've got an entire series on that, but it's a good time. I've got a worship service tonight, a really long worship service. Not so much length of time in worship service, but it's all music. I'm not even sure how many songs we're doing. Maybe 15, something like that. And some of them I have to sort of sing on. So we'll see. And then Sunday morning, you know, we like to say we celebrate the resurrection. We do. I like to say we celebrate the resurrection with every breath we take. Right? With every cough we make. Started to go all sting on us there. You know, I'm not sure how that'd work. And then, so y'all can be praying toward that end if you don't mind. Now, coughing's good. Coughing gets everything out of the way. I just want to make sure I'm in rhythm when I'm coughing and not too exposed. And then also, I'm actually playing a gig Monday night at a new bit of an upscale restaurant up the road a ways. And I don't want to miss that. And Monday's the first time that they've had me, so we'll see. In the meantime, let's go back to Proverbs 12. Verse 24. The hand of the diligent will rule, while the slothful will be put to forced labor. I know this is a verse that many times in years past when I could have not done a podcast or not done a blog. Just maybe because I just didn't feel like it. You ever been like that? Or I was sick. A lot of times, hang on a second, pray with me. Jean's just responded to me. That's a very busy day type of thing. This concept's going through my mind. The hand of the diligent, okay? The hand of the diligent. You don't want to be the slothful. You want to be one of those who are diligent in all things. Verse 25. Anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad. And that word anxiety is heaviness. And heaviness will weigh you down, will bring care upon you. Okay? But a good word makes him glad. And folks, we do this so often, and we don't even know we do it. Gene sends me an email. It's a good word. Makes me glad. It will cheer you on. Okay? Verse 26. One who is righteous is a guide to his neighbor, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. Folks, the righteous guides the neighbor. This is how the righteous guides the city and impacts the cities. It's one neighbor at a time. And again, it's quite often outside of our even understanding of what we're doing. The righteousness, their neighbor knows you're righteous. They have received the righteousness, and they guide the neighbor in the way that they're supposed to go. The wicked does the same thing, and they lead the neighbor astray. Verse 27. Whoever is slothful will not roast his game, but the diligent will get precious wealth. What? New American Standard says a lazy man does not roast his prey. Okay? They don't even take time to cook it. Okay? They don't take time to preserve it to some form. They're lazy to that point. But the diligent is the precious wealth of a man. We want to be diligent, folks. Then the last verse for the day. In the path of righteousness is life, and in this pathway there is no death. On the road of righteousness is life, and on the way of the path may there be no death. That's what the Lexham says. Notice New American Standard. In the way of righteousness is life, and in this path, the righteousness of life, there is no death. So the decision is what? Which do we choose? Life, death. Choose the righteousness of life. Well, again, I'm Dale. Thank you so much. Y'all continue to pray as we all do without ceasing, and particularly for strength and protection. God is good, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Goodbye.